Viewer discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is rumble.com/JJW, where every morning between 6:30 and 6:45-ish, you'll find your two dads here ready to drink delicious coffee or whatever Deacon has, and also talk about the news, politics, media, culture, pop culture.
I'm not a good actor.
Aliens, space aliens.
We can talk about aliens. I've got plenty of alien stories. I just don't put them up there because I know you think I'm freaking crazy. So I don't.
You got plenty. You know, I watched the Y-Files the other day. I watched the
I'm
Kumbhagata. Are you
on the Y-Files? By
I watched that.
I
think I took the footage from the stabilized footage from the Kumbhagata sightings from 2008, and I posted them in the chat somewhere. But like, I looked through it and I was like, I don't see it. I don't know what you guys are after.
You know what? You know why I stopped watching the Y-Files? I stopped watching because everyone started watching, and he's doing very well for himself. He puts together a very good program. He is a great storyteller. He uses little gotcha things that storytellers use. He's brilliant at what he does. He uses a different character, Hecklefish, to say the things, and he's like, "Oh, Hecklefish, you can't say." He's brilliant. He is a brilliant guy. I stopped watching him. Even his ads that he puts in his show are brilliantly done. I love the Y-Files. I can't say anything negative about him. The reason I haven't been watching him is because he's gotten so big. And his ads have gone from 2 a show to like 6 a show.
Oh yeah,
and it's just kind of irritated me a little bit.
He's like whatever one of those something war video game or something like that. He's doing that stuff.
He's not just the regular ads in his show have gone up.
Yeah,
he usually went from just taking 2 breaks. Now he's taking like 6 breaks.
Yeah, it don't bother me so much. I'm in the drive.
It does.
He is really good. Like, I mean, he's got a formula for sure. The formula is, but it's like great.
Yeah, it works.
It is.
He uses a lot. His storytelling uses storytelling aspects. If you took a class in storytelling, you could pick out some of the things that he does.
I mean,
that he sets up his things and the way that he teases you with certain things, but then the way that he does certain other things are radio stuff. So it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't have a radio background. That guy.
Well, I think for sure that he was a script writer in.
That makes sense.
In Hollywood, and I think he also has a history as a stand-up comedian. So
that makes sense. He presents himself very well.
He really frames his jokes really good, and he's the straight man to his own jokes.
And I used to, as somebody that used to do that, I appreciate that because I used to write for my own characters. I had 4 different characters that I wrote for 3 different radio stations, and I would write 2 of the characters for me to interact with, 2 for 2 other people to interact with. But the ones that I wrote for me to interact with, I could tell, I could have myself tell the joke.
Right.
And react to it and be like, "Oh, you can't say that." And that's a radio trick. That's what they always told us in radio. If you want to say something that you're not supposed to say, either reword it or get a character to say it so you can react to it and go, "Oh, you can't say that."
So you're behind. You're not actively watching Y-Files right now.
No, I'm behind a little bit. I'm behind a little bit. I listened to The Road. Every time I had a chance to listen to YouTube, I was listening to The Road.
Yeah. Oh, how was that? Did you finish that? Isn't it fun? It's so fun to be transported to a new world, a new grim, horrible, depressing.
Let me tell you what I kept waiting for.
Soul-crushing road.
I kept waiting for the climax of the book. And
there's not one.
There's not one.
Well, no, you're waiting like, oh, the hero characters are being put through such challenges, but there will be a moment where they
there's a payoff.
overcome.
There's got to be a payoff.
There's no moment of overcoming challenges.
It's just a fucking book. And I told Ashley, I finished it like 3 weeks ago. So you brought it up.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to say anything. So
I've been wondering.
Ashley,
I was like, I wonder if he's.
I told Ashley 3 weeks ago. I said, I finished that book, The Road. She's like, "What'd you think about it?" I was like, "It was shit." I was like, there were like 2 good parts that could have been elaborated on a lot more and made them a lot better, but they weren't. And I was like, it didn't have a payoff. It didn't have a climax. I was just kind of like, that's the end. Is that really? Is there a part 2 that I'm missing? What's going on?
Man, they can't really be a part 2.
No, there can't be a part 2. But I was just like, and I told her, I said, I don't know whether to tell my friend JJ, who loves this book, that I think his book is a piece of crap. That I did not enjoy his book. But I did. I listened to the whole thing. I did my afternoon walks and I listened to the whole thing. And it was there were some good parts in it.
Well, you can pick out the book for the next book club read.
Oh, you want me to? I got you one. It's kind of a short story based on the same thing. I'll even try to look for it on Libby or Hoopla.
What's it called?
The Long Walk by Richard Bachman.
Oh yeah,
Richard Bachman is Stephen King's pen name.
Oh, that guy. Okay, all right. I'll listen. I've listened. I've read The Long Walk. Richard Bachman.
Bachman, Bachman. There's your book club book for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Long Walk. And the story is based on dystopian United States, where each state nominates a young boy to participate in this grand walk. And these boys, one from every state, walks from Maine to Florida in this grand thing that everybody lines up and cheers, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And only one boy can finish. Only one boy finishes the walk, and then that
can
boy
finish.
That yeah, and the boy is celebrated and has a great life and whatnot. So you need to read it. It's very good.
All right. I'll check it out. I'll have to make a note of it.
Yeah, it's good. It's not a long story, but it's one that keeps you. You don't want to put it down.
I'm gonna put it into our chat so I don't forget to look at it in a minute. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, well, we're not doing the title card yet. You got to do our music.
Oh, we
got to do our music. Yeah. Okay. Let's do our music.
Music real quick. This week we're doing Colter Wall. He is Canadian country music guy. He's been carrying, I call him a traditional country music guy, because there's all kinds of different country music now, and people will complain if you start talking about it. So we're not going to talk about it. We're just playing Colter Wall, and we're sticking with the same album, Imaginary Appalachia, and this one's called Johnny Boy's Bones. And this one is about you're from Texas. This one is about a Southern soldier in the Civil War, Johnny. You know, Johnny Reb. They called him Johnny. Yeah. And it's about his bones coming home from the Civil War.
From the Civil War.
Yeah, Johnny Boy's Bones. And it's
These
good.
Are from his Imaginary Appalachia, which you can get on. You can listen to on all these different services, but I think I figured out you can buy the MP3s on Amazon. But you have to go to their website. You can't. I don't know if you can use this thing. You got to go to their website and look first.
Yeah, check out his website and see if you can buy stuff on there from him.
Yeah, and you can get from his website. You can get actual CDs, except not for this particular album, which is the one that has that really good song. That what was that devil song? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Good stuff. Check out Colter Wall.
Saskatchewan. Canada.
He's a Canadian.
All right.
You betcha. Yeah. Yeah, you betcha.
Do you like Django Unchained? You be Quentin Tarantino fan?
I love Quentin Tarantino. I've never seen Django Unchained or Django whatever
because you got I know.
You know
why?
Explain to our viewers why I've never seen Django.
You contend that Jamie Foxx is a massive racist.
I'm not. Okay, yeah. I believe from what I have seen and heard Jamie Foxx say with my own ears, yes. I believe he's a racist. Okay. And I don't want to support a racist. I don't care if they're black, white, purple, yellow, red, or green. I'm not going to, I don't.
All right.
So I don't want to give him money. I don't want to give him a view.
I'm not even challenging that, especially since Jamie recently has been in, like dire health straits. He had some sort of a.
Hey, so are a lot of goddamn people in this world.
That's true. Now. That's true.
All right. So are a lot of people in this world right now. So I don't have any sympathy for Jamie Foxx just because he's famous. It can be, there's a lot of famous assholes in this world, and he's one of them.
There sure are. The reason why I ask is because I thought that maybe you like Quentin Tarantino movies, but you may not like the Django Unchained.
I wanted to watch this movie so many times because I'm a Western fan. I'm a Quentin Tarantino fan. Jamie Foxx just trumps it. If it would have starred Tom Cruise, I wouldn't have watched the sumbitch either.
Oh my God, a Quentin Tarantino movie starring Tom Cruise. Wow, that could be something.
Shut your mouth. I'm going to
Quentin. Texas. I know you're going to stop at 10, but
my God, okay. I'm going to throw up in my mouth.
Here it comes. Here's today's title. Another Wednesday, another racist Democrat. What is going on?
Okay.
Deke,
please explain.
There's a Minnesota Attorney General, and he has compared Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas to a house slave in Django Unchained.
So he has to use that movie because his knowledge of fucking history is so goddamn minute. The Minnesota Attorney General's knowledge of American history is so fucking minute that the only thing he has to compare house slaves
cartoon
is something that he watched in a fucking movie. All right?
Yes.
He's never heard of he couldn't say just a house slave and you knew what that was because you're supposed to learn that shit in history class, little boys and little girls.
Yeah. America did bad things a long time
ago. Everybody did bad things a long time ago. Everybody did.
That's true. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison.
America's doing surprisingly bad things right now, JJ. Good God Almighty.
Surprisingly to, I'm sure everybody, this man is a Democrat. He compared Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas to a house slave character in Django Unchained in an interview last week. Speaking with the Michigan Chronicle, Ellison, who previously served in Congress, argued that there should be term limits for the Supreme Court justices and urged Congress to impose ethical rules on the court. He noted the recent controversy surrounding Thomas and his conservative colleagues who have accepted lavish gifts and travel from wealthy GOP donors.
Well, you think it's just GOP donors? You think it's just GOP donors?
They're making big hay about this. The guy that they're talking about, Clarence Thomas, and this GOP donor have been friends for like ever, and they go on vacations together. They're like friends. They are friends, but because the friend happens to donate to the GOP, it's a hullabaloo. Anyone who has watched the movie Django, you just watch Steven and you see Clarence Thomas. Ellison told Ash, comparing Thomas to the house slave portrayed by Samuel L. Jackson in the 2012 Quentin Tarantino film. Thomas.
Go ahead.
No, let me just do this. Clarence Thomas has decided that his best personal interest is siding with the powerful and special interests regardless of who they're going to hurt, Ellison said. So, this part right here is mind reading. It's pretty amazing.
You wouldn't know. I'm not asking.
Okay, go on. What you got to say about it? Are you shocked?
Isn't this as insulting to black people as anything else, any other words and stuff that people call them. Isn't another black person calling another black person like the akin to a house slave, or they'll say what do they call him, Uncle Tom or whatnot? They've got all these
euphemisms
words,
or whatever.
euphemisms and slang terms to discourage or disparage their own people of their own race. I'm just wondering if this is just as insulting to somebody like Clarence Thomas when somebody says that. Well, us white people, we don't have crap like that. I can call you stupid honky cracker all day long, and you'll laugh at me, and it's not a big.
It doesn't mean anything to me. But I mean, it's not. It doesn't. It definitely doesn't have the emotional charge. Here's the thing, though. These are not sincere comments. None of this is sincere. The only reason he's attacking Clarence Thomas is because Clarence Thomas's opinions, his judicial opinions, appear to be from the ideological right, and that makes Clarence Thomas his ideological enemy. So it doesn't matter if he was black or brown,
right? I understand that,
or whatever. He's just attacking
brought
his
race into it. He brought it. He made that a whole talking point in the headline for this thing. So you can't just bring this in as a talking point and then say it doesn't matter anymore because you brought it in here. He not you. He brought it in. Here.
Well, he's trying to gain unearned credibility by calling Clarence Thomas a house slave.
I understand all that. What I'm asking is, I didn't know if this was, why isn't something like this just as insulting and get a reaction, as if somebody had said like the N-word, and you get this, kind of gasp back. Why don't we get the same reaction from those words? We live in 2023. Words are very powerful in 2023. Well,
I don't know. I mean, from another perspective, Deke, a lot of people would say, "Hey, it's not your place to comment on these things, you two white people." We live
in the same country that you do,
right? Yeah, but the meaningful commentary would be from black people and black leaders, people talking in black communities, right?
That's right. I'm asking the question. I'm not trying to make decisions. I'm asking the question because I am ignorant on the situation. Sure. Let me give you a prime example. The county that I grew up in, lived in, born, raised, and grew up in, went to school and still live in, was predominantly about was 99.99% white people. The rest of that percentage was other races. Now that's different. It's probably 90% white people, 10% other races. Okay.
You good, Tina.
So I worked in a place in another county with a little black woman. Her name was Jerry, and I loved her. She was like 5'1". She was a little feisty woman, and we became best friends. I loved her. She was like 20 years older than me, and I loved her. And when she said, when we got to become real good friends, she said one night, she said, when you stood up there that first day and said where y'all were from, your county, I thought, oh Lord, here we go, some racist asshole. Because I told you my county's always been called racist.
Yeah. Your place had a bad reputation
for always being racist.
Right.
And so she said, oh, here we go. I thought, oh my God, I got another racist, blah, blah, blah. She's like, but I like you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, Miss Jerry, I said, I'm not racist. I said, I'm ignorant. I said, that's not a bad word. Ignorant means you don't know. And I don't know because I've never been around black people before. So you do things and you're different than white people. And I don't know because I'm ignorant to it.
Right.
And she was like, well, honey, you ask me any question you want. And the first thing I asked her was, why do you use so much lotion? And she laughed. She started cackling and laughing. And she explained to me about their skin and ashy. And I did not know that.
Right.
And I was like, well, I have to use 1 million pounds of lotion too on my white skin because I dry out all this. So we kept talking about all this stuff. And she became a really close friend of mine. But we talked because I was ignorant to her culture. It wasn't that I was racist. I didn't know. I've never been exposed to it.
Right.
You know, and people that don't know, and humans that don't know and aren't exposed to anything, the first thing we do is like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Oh yeah, prepare to battle the other. Sure,
that's right. We don't welcome things with open arms. We put up our shield, and so that's what normal humans do. And so,
yeah, okay,
yeah, all right.
Well, Minnesota's got themselves a. He may not realize that he's racist, though. I think he doesn't realize. I think you're right. His only real. That's not fair to say. But he's the one that put the frame of a Quentin Tarantino movie around a house slave. So
I think a lot of people are racist and they don't know it. I think a lot of people do racist stuff throughout the day. I think me and you probably do racist stuff throughout the day and we don't realize it's racist. You know,
really?
And it's just little stuff that we've probably been raised to say or raised to think or raised to do. You know, it's going to take a couple more generations for that to completely feed out, because the hardcore old racists are in their 80s now, their late 70s, early 80s, those guys that grew up with their parents that were racist, so they were raised directly, and we are like the third, fourth generation down.
There is a kind of a not unsubstantial kind of portion of the entertainment industry that has made a big profit off of continuing to run that angle, though.
Entertainment industry? Are you kidding, JJ? Every industry,
politics,
business, every
specifically profiting off of race, specifically profiting off of racism. Right? Although government does it too, right? But specific, like entertainment, is specifically kind of frame things to agitate, and then to frame. To public from that framing, and then we had for like decades we had affirmative action, which is literally race-based preferences, and so that the Supreme Court ruling, I think last week, basically shut down affirmative action as a federal policy, and we'll bring it in to race-based preferences until people figure out how to work around it, but. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how things go. Did you know that Asian students were being not just
I know what you're gonna say.
Not just the victims of affirmative action, but like they were significantly being turned down from major colleges.
Yep.
Because on average, culturally, they were the Asian students. Their tiger mamas were making them work hard all their lives. Mm-hmm. So they were scoring on average a lot higher than white, black, everybody else. But because they were scoring so high, in a merit-based system, they would have taken up more seats in any college application grant. So they were being turned down for race because of racism.
Now, see, this has been happening to white people for a long time, and white people have been too scared to say anything because of what our forefathers had done. We were paying for the sins of our forefathers. So us white people have not said anything for about 50 or 60 years now, because we've just been kind of like, sorry about what they did. You know, white guilt is what a lot of people called it. White guilt.
Right.
So now that it's happening to the Asian population, and they're like, you guys are too smart. Screw you. We got to take some of these stupid people that are different colors so that it can make our numbers look good. I wonder if that's going to piss off if something will be done now that white people are like, Asians, it's been happening to us for 30 years. Welcome to the party. Come on over here.
If you take a wide angle lens of it, it betrays the truth, which is that all of this is really about who gets what. Who decides who gets what and when, which is politics. It's all politics. It's all about
that's exactly
taking power and allocating it to your preferred groups, right? That's what affirmative action really was for many, many, many years. My wife wants to comment, but she probably shouldn't, especially not just like that.
Do Good is watching. I hope our buddy Do Good was watching yesterday. If you wasn't watching,
hold on, just a second. You cannot talk right now. Sorry. She just said, Left. All right. Yeah. Good morning. Do good. Good morning. We got our friends.
Do good. If you weren't watching yesterday, you needed it just at least to turn on.
You got a shout out. Do good
for the shirt that I wore for you yesterday. It was a racer shirt.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, this is what I thought. I've got a friend. Ashley's got a friend that makes those shirts, with the logos and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I thought, and I just had this thought, so I got to message him. So he's probably, if he's listening, he's hearing it now. I'm going to get her to make some with the logos, with the Murray State Racer logos for him and his family and all of his kids and stuff in their sizes, and send them over to Germany. It'll probably cost a lot, but I'll send them over there. Because at first I thought I'm going to go to the student center and buy them all shirts, and I thought, well, that'll cost $600.
Yeah, that'll be $40 per shirt.
I'm gonna go have what's her name make these shirts on her professional machine, because that's what that shirt yesterday was. Wow. She made it for me for my girls team.
Okay, Deke, I'm gonna change the. Congratulations, Minnesota Democrats, on your election of your guy that shares your opinions and values. Okay, moving on. Here's another story. I saw this morning, and for the last couple days on Twitter, I have seen people on Twitter talking about Texas politics and like the state of Texas telling Border Patrol agents to push migrants back into the river or something like that, which I think is disingenuous framing. So I saw this story this morning on Breitbart, and I followed the tweet to it. So here we go. Look at this. Migrant observed throwing a 1-year-old girl into Texas border river, police say. Yeah. Chris Olvieres wrote that this Honduras man throws a child into Rio Grande. Troopers in Eagle Pass arrested Miguel Ernesto Nunez Martinez, an illegal immigrant from Honduras, for criminal trespass and endangering a child, causing imminent danger. So here's the actual tweet. And then and I immediately have a couple of reactions. But then we have down here people saying, oh, they probably learned it from, he's probably doing what Texas is doing. So people on Twitter are mad at Texas for trying to hold the border when Border Patrol won't hold the border. And they are saying, which I find not without any evidence, that Greg Abbott is saying for people to push migrants back in the river. This guy, Nunez Martinez, Honduran, almost certainly that wasn't his kid. That was a kid he had in possession of. He probably tossed him in the river to create a diversion so that Border Patrol or DPS or whoever was there would have to rescue the kid so that he could get away. Some of these people that are crossing the river, some of them are good people, and they just want a better life. And some of them are murdering fucking assholes. Okay? And
so you think he basically did what old dude did in Titanic when he grabbed the baby?
Yeah.
He tried to get on the
boat,
maybe.
Toss it. Oh, you got to get that kid.
Remember in the movie, the rich guy in the Titanic got the baby and he used the baby to get on the boat. This is my child.
Oh, yeah, like that. I thought you were setting up maybe the Batman Forever. You better choose Robin or Batgirl from the Cages,
or the Spider-Man.
Yeah, pick one.
Or the million different comic book.
Yeah. So I would probably put good odds that kid wasn't his, and he may have been in custody of that kid. And in custody, I mean, he may have taken that kid from somebody and been using it to, cross the border. Oh, I'm accompanying a minor, but it's just look. Somebody throws a kid in a river. Shoot that guy.
Was the kid okay?
The kid was rescued.
Okay.
Yeah, they rescued.
The important thing.
Yeah.
In this story is that the child was okay.
The Florida DPS and U.S. Border Patrol rescued the child. So, and this is in Eagle Pass, which is in Texas. So, with Florida DPS is helping us out over here. All right. The hell with this particular dude. Bad guys. Bad guys. All right. What do you want to talk about next? We got a lot of stuff here. What's up with this Yellowstone, this woman going to Yellowstone and teasing wild animals?
Dude, look, I know there's a lot of people in this world that don't live in that they don't live in rural areas. Okay,
Yeah,
you might hang on. Let me stop the horror squad here. There's a lot of let me just hang on. Let me pull this back down here. Let me because this is a problem, and I'm not going to make a joke. I was going
All
to,
right.
and I'm going to try to be serious about this. There's a lot of people that live in urban areas that don't live in rural areas. You live in a pretty urban area, okay? You do.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I've got 45 seconds before I have
All
to
right.
do my little talk here. Can we oh shit, and now my severe weather storm. Take
Oh,
over and do something
the
else.
only thing that could be worse
Story
is if
real
there was
quick.
a train coming through.
You're exactly right. Please take over. I've got an
No,
emergency.
there's no train. My train sound didn't work. It's sad. All right, so let's read this story here. According to ABC News, who may very soon be sold by Disney, a woman visiting Yellowstone National Park was hospitalized Monday after being gored. He doesn't want me to read that. You don't want me to read that. Oh, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I'm sure it'll be fun. He doesn't want me to cover to read the actual story. Let's see. What else can I talk about for just a second? Look, if your only exposure to wild animals is that you watch National Geographic, you really should be very careful when you go venture outdoors. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, wild animals are not out there waiting for you to come along and pat them on the head, right? They're not there for selfies. They're out there trying to survive against predators. So, this woman looks like she may have made a mistake. What are the View talking about? I'm curious. Oh, it's not that good. Morning, Richter. Good morning, Dugan. How are y'all? Just waiting on Deke to get done with his radio stuff, and I'm confused why my train joke didn't work. Oh, is it? Oh, it's silenced. Yeah, now I fixed it. Good on me. Good on me. Yes, I know. Thank you. Okay. Stop. Bring it down. He'll be back in just a second. I know you're waiting on Deacon. This Elgato thing, I'm not very good at using it. Why can't I just cover the story? Why can't I just give you some facts? A 47-year-old tourist from Phoenix was walking with another person near Lake Lodge Cabins on the north shore of Lake Yellowstone when they saw two bison. Well, they weren't even teasing the thing.
Okay, I'm here, buddy.
All right. And you were saying
sorry.
If you live in urban places, if you're a city folk and you go to a national park where there's wild animals.
Right. This is what I'm getting at. And Sinister Minister said it perfectly because he's from Kentucky and he lives in a fairly rural area like me. Okay. He said it perfectly over on our Rumble chat. Join Rumble and join the conversation. So David Buckman says, Buckham says, I don't know, Buckham. I always call him Sinister Minister. I don't like to call him.
Yeah, I do too.
Sinister Minister. He says too many people think that they're Disney princesses or the Beastmaster, and he's exactly right. You see this crap on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and all that crap. You see these people that are like, oh, there's Bambi and she's all alone. This little baby fawn. Look how cute it is. Oh, we've got to save it. Oh, get out your camera. We've got to save it. You do realize that mother deer and mother animals don't stay with their animals 24/7. They basically say, stay here. I'll be back in a bit. Don't go anywhere. They do the same thing humans do. We're just animals. All right. So you're causing stress for the baby. You're causing stress for the mother. Imagine the mom gets back and her baby's gone, all because you wanted some fucking fake internet points. Okay. You wanted some fake internet points. So this woman at Yellowstone, we've got bison over here in Kentucky in our LBL. We've got an elk and bison range, and there was some idiot several years ago that because you can drive out and look at them. And some idiot got out of the car and went out there to try to pet the big cow. I'm sorry, that's not a big domesticated animal. It will kill you. All right,
it's massive. I don't think people understand how big these things are.
A huge real bison is.
They're like 6 times more massive than you are.
Oh my God.
7, 8 if you're a woman.
So this woman decided to get out and visit. She was hospitalized Monday after being gored by a bison. The unidentified 47-year-old tourist from Phoenix was walking with another person near the lake when they saw 2 bison. The 2 visitors turned around, tried to walk away, but one of the bisons charged them. So in this particular instance, the woman was not instigating something with the animal.
Right.
But still, you run this risk if you're going to walk in nature. You run the risk of coming. My brother, we were talking, he rides his bike over in LBL and whatnot. And when he was riding over there, I joked, I was like, don't get attacked by the bobcat, don't get attacked by the mountain lions. And what he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Because there's a very good possibility that you could.
Animals they view you like you view a tiger, and if they feel threatened, they're gonna like fight you off.
Let me tell you something else about bison, though. Have you ever tasted bison?
No, I don't eat red meat.
Oh, you don't eat red meat? That's right.
No.
Okay. For those of you that do eat red meat, bison tastes as good as Kobe beef, in my opinion. That super high expensive Japanese beef. I love Kobe. It is so delicate. Oh, it's so good. But bison, top of the line.
You much almost random extinct then.
Ground bison burgers. They don't have that gamey. They're so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah. You got to get it. You got to get it done right.
Yeah, but you have to get out there and do it right with a bow and arrow. You got to earn it. You can't just go buy bison meat. You should go. You should take
kill it with a spear.
Learn tanning.
You make a spear.
Butcher it yourself. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
The look my wife just gave me.
I know. She's like, Andy would die.
Why do you make us wake up at 6 a.m. so that you can get on the internet and say dumb things? I don't know. I'm not sure.
You watch one episode of Alone and now you're a teen.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's do some. Hey, Deke, I saw this yesterday and I thought, Deke's going to love this. Good news. Mars rivers flowed for long stretches not that long ago. According to space.com, which I'm sure is very, very reliable, some rivers on ancient Mars flowed for long enough to create a bona fide habitable. Oh my God, I can't say this word. Habitable environments on the red planet. A new study suggests a new technique developed by geologists from Massachusetts Institute of Technology makes use of satellite images to investigate alien rivers, their rate of flow, and how they move fluid and sediment across the surface of the homeworld. So there used to be liquid on Mars.
Yes, we've established that for many decades.
Where is it at? Where'd it go? Yeah, where'd it go?
I think there was alien colonies on Mars, and they had a war, and they had nuclear devastation all throughout Mars, and like
John Carter of Mars didn't make money. It wasn't that good a movie.
John Carter was a good movie. I'm sorry, I wanted to
make any money
more. I don't care if it made money or not.
It was
a good movie.
The problem with John Carter of Mars is that it is the seed of modern science fiction. It is the first, like, it's one of the first stories, and from which everything that has been great over the course of 100 years has like had elements of John Carter in it, but changed it and improved it or whatever. And then you go back to the source material, and you're like, it's kind of weird. The guy goes to Mars, he falls asleep in a cave, goes to Mars, and he can jump 40 feet in the air.
It's awesome. It's
awesome. All
right.
I mean, it's all right.
The aliens, had nuclear war on Mars, and that's why Mars is the way it is. Why else is it not there, JJ?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know a lot about Mars. Does Mars have a core that spins? If it doesn't have a core that spins, does it have an electromagnetic field? And if it does, how would it have that? If it doesn't have an electromagnetic field, did the atmosphere just get blown off by the sun?
Smarter people, it couldn't have been blown off by the sun, because if the atmosphere was blown off by the sun, it's past us. We wouldn't have an atmosphere either.
We have an electromagnetic field that basically bends the solar rays and radiation around the Earth.
Not all.
We have a force field. No, not all, but a lot. It does a lot. That magnetic field does a lot
around us and all hit freaking Mars like we're tailgating.
We are not in the way of Mars all the time.
I know, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, the solar radiation hits us, but we have a force field. If Mars doesn't have a force field, it blows the atmosphere off. I think. I don't know.
Why don't you just look that up? You've got a fucking computer.
I thought you would know.
Hey, Google, does Mars have an electromagnetic core?
According to real.eu, researchers believe that Mars once had a global magnetic field, like Earth's, but the iron core dynamo that generated it shut down billions of years ago, leaving behind only patches of magnetism due to magnetized minerals in the Martian crust.
See?
I'm right. My theory is right.
Do you like my British lady?
Yeah, I actually have the same thing. I don't know where my phone is, but
you know what my name is on my Google?
What's your name
in that British voice? I'm not joking. Your
Big
Majesty.
Daddy?
Your Majesty.
You can set your name like that?
Yeah. Yeah. She'll go, what can I do for you, Your Majesty? I can't remember how she says it.
Well, now I'm thinking back to Django Unchained. What did they call Leo's character in that movie? Maybe I
haven't seen that movie. Idiot. All right.
Oh, right. All right. So Mars does not have an electromagnetic field, therefore cannot protect its own atmosphere from the sun. So what the hell are we trying to go to Mars for, Elon? You can blow up a bunch of nuclear bombs over there and terraform Mars and heat up the little atmosphere there is. It's just gonna get blown off. What are you doing? What are we doing?
There's got to be nobody's ever said this, but there's got to be rare mineral deposits all over Mars that no one has ever touched. Imagine, Earth has all these diamond mines that are and gold mines and silver and nickel and cadmium and all these different minerals and materials. That's what we've always said they've always said about if they could, these super billionaires, if they could get a meteor or one of those rocks or whatnot and start mining that's trillions and trillions of dollars. So that could be something. Nobody's ever said anything like that. Mars has to have gold or, rare minerals and materials and some of the same materials that we have here on Earth.
For that to be any use to us, we'd have to bring it from Mars to here.
Right.
That is a huge expense.
If they have the materials to make the stuff there on Mars, we can go to Mars, use Mars's own resources to make the materials to make the stuff to send it back here. See what I'm saying? I'm not just saying they have one resource like we're playing a video game. They probably got thousands that we can use.
I'm sure they do. You look great.
Or you can just ask the Martians underneath the surface. They live underneath the surface.
There's no Martians. There's no Martians.
All right.
I don't think there's Martians. If there was Martians, there would be rivers and there would be cruise ships. But there's no cruise ships, so there's no rivers, so there's no Martians.
Well,
unless you think Martians don't like
theory-
cruising.
Your theory is sound. So,
Cruising is great. I don't know why Martians wouldn't want to go cruising.
Lord of mercy.
All right. Let's see.
I got another story here for you.
Another space news? There's
Another space story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of life on other places, we are going back to visit the folks that live on Mars or the moon. The moon here. Yeah, so the theory is we went to the moon. There were already things up there colonizing the moon. The moon is hollow. It is a
it's a mega structure, right?
It's set there in its perfect spot. The moon is in its perfect spot to do. China has been up there for a long time doing experiments, China has been up there for a long time. That's not like far. That's not a
no.
theory.
They for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. They've been doing experiments up there.
Did we sell the moon to China yet?
I don't know if we own the moon, dude. For the first time in 51 years, though, NASA is training astronauts to fly to the moon. So they're being trained to fly to the moon.
Okay. Going to the moon.
Yeah.
Let's imagine all the fun that you can have on the moon.
That's not saying they're going to the moon. It just says they're training for going to the moon.
I apologize for my assumption. I made an assumption, and when you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me.
NASA is training astronauts to fly to the moon. They've got a great adventure ahead of them.
You ever dream of going to the moon, Deacon, yourself?
No. With our space technology like it is right now, no, absolutely not. If we were like 500 years into the future and you were to be like, hey, Deke, you want to go to the moon? You want to go? That would be like, yeah, it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to be in space and to be on like a Star Trek type Enterprise spaceship where you're traveling for a long time and you do this and whatnot. And I think that would be kind of cool, but that's.
So right now it's
I would not fly to space.
Four guys get into a rocket, a little very small little, module, and then we launch them into space, and then it's like a 7-day trip to get there, and after the first day, your cell reception's already gone, right? Like maybe in the first hour. Yeah, you can't. So you're not on your phone like, oh, I'm gonna like send a tweet or whatever. No. Now you're stuck in a can with
3 days. It takes 3 days to get to the moon.
Oh, okay. Come here, you. Oh, someone's in a good mood this morning. Hello there. Look at Uncle Deacon. Did you have any dreams? I'm talking to you. Did you have any dreams?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
What'd
you dream about? You don't know what you dreamed about?
I dreamed that I was being chased by a bunch of little baby kittens, and they wanted to. You ever been licked by a little kitty tongue? It's kind of sometimes it's a little rough.
Kittens,
and they were licking my face, and it was making me good. This right here. My head go up, and they kept licking all over the place, and they kept crawling all over me.
Yeah.
I was being attacked.
Are you, let's see, Deacon is over here and you're looking over there somewhere. What are you looking at, Lily?
Herself.
Are you looking at Lily? Okay. So you don't know if you had any dreams or not?
Is that just a picture or what?
That over there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a picture. Those people are training to go to the moon. Do you know where the moon is?
It's way, way far.
That's right. They're going to get in a rocket, and they might get in a rocket and fly to the moon and land on the moon. What do you think about that?
That sounds super, super dangerous.
Some people say the moon is made of cheese. Do you believe that?
Yeah, it's cheese.
Yummy. I like cheese.
Okay.
Me too. I have cheese at my house.
Yeah, cheese is great.
And mice like cheese.
Mice like cheese.
If you feed mice cheese, it'll definitely eat it. If you had cheese and you bring it outside, the mice would just crawl on you and eat it.
They'll come on, and they'll come outside and eat the cheese.
Yeah.
Because you like cheese.
So mice will eat your cheese if you have cheese outside?
Because you like cheese. And I already know that.
What do you know?
About when mice eat cheese.
Oh, yeah?
I know that they like it so much.
Oh.
That's what we eat. That's what they eat for breakfast.
Yeah, that's what they eat for breakfast.
Ow, 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 ow.
Your forehead still hurt?
Yeah. Oh.
All right. When we get off the show, I'll give you some Tylenol, okay? Okay.
That will help it.
Yeah, that'll help your head hurt less.
How do I get 2 of that? Because that'll make my head.
Okay. I think what happened? You bonked your head on a door?
Because I just went and then I almost closed it and then it hit my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because the door is so big. But then, Mom gave me an ice pack.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have any band-aids on my head.
And well, no, you're not bleeding. And so the next time you operate a door, you're probably going to do it better, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every
Every time I got hurt as a kid, my family would be like, "Oh, you okay? You're not going to do that again, are you?"
My
Did it
mom
so
was
many times.
my mom was like she wasn't the mother, she was a smother. So she was, "Oh, Andrew, are you okay? Are you okay? Come here. Are you okay? Oh, are you okay?"
Yeah.
And then my brother was born, and then I got to go.
Oh,
And he became
you became. Oh, you're the first child.
Yeah, I'm the
We've already messed this one up. We're gonna try harder with the next
yeah.
one. Okay. Oh, thanks for dropping that. Hey, can you go get dressed for me? Thanks.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Folks
you
are
can get
going
up. Go get dressed.
To visit all the people on the move.
Yeah, Mom's got a meeting. Okay.
I got another story here
Yeah.
that I wanted to bring up to you, but we can bring it up tomorrow. I don't think you read it. I want you to read it. It's the Bob Iger story. It was
Yes.
It was pretty interesting. But I have one here. If you want to do that one, we can. But I have another one here since we're at the end of the show. I thought you would dig this one. Hang on. Continue without supporting us. I don't feel bad about that. So James Cameron, JJ, said,
"Yes,
I tried to tell you bitches in 1984. And you didn't listen to me." He says, you should have listened to him in 1984. James Cameron gave us The Terminator, a highly entertaining sci-fi action movie that warned us of the threats of AI, but we didn't take it seriously enough. Speaking on the CTV News chief political blah, 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 James Cameron commented on the potential threat that AI poses to humanity. James Cameron says, I warned you guys in 1984 and you didn't listen. I think the weaponization of AI is the biggest danger. I think that we will get into the equivalent of a nuclear arms race with AI. And if we don't build it, the other guys are for sure going to build it. And so then it'll escalate. Cameron continued, you could imagine an AI in a combat theater, the whole thing just being fought by the computer at a speed humans can no longer intercede, and you have no ability to de-escalate.
Yeah.
Cameron says, also comment. Oh, he commented on the SAG strike and whatnot. Arnold Schwarzenegger shared the same thoughts several weeks ago. He said, today everyone is frightened of it. Where is this going to go? And in this movie, in Terminator, we talk about the machines becoming self-aware and they take over. And now in the course of decades, it's become a reality. So it's not any more fantasy or kind of futuristic. It's here today. And so this is the extraordinary writing of James Cameron.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's only one way this goes. This goes to robot soldiers on the battlefield with AI enhanced weapons and targeting or whatever. And then the question is, are robot soldiers more effective than real soldiers? Can you not break my headphones, please? Yeah, I see that you accidentally break it.
Have you seen the picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger's one son?
Yeah, can you turn it up?
Okay, hang on. Let me do this. She wants to hear, and okay. You said you're talking about a photo.
Have you seen the picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger's one son? Oh, it's not going to let me. I don't have an Instagram account here. This is his one son.
Oh yeah,
He looks just like him. Yeah, I think he looks like him very much. He's a bodybuilder too, but
yeah.
Uncle Deacon, do you have hair?
no, I don't. All my hair went bye-bye.
Sometimes,
What?
Sometimes people stop growing hair when they get older. Some people do. I don't think
Yeah.
your dad. I think your
Why?
daddy is going to have hair his whole life. But my hair is so pretty. My head is so pretty.
yeah.
and I
Look how
just wanna
nice.
show it off. Look how
Look at that
shiny
is.
it is.
It's nice and smooth. Here,
I
Phil
used
Dad's
to
it.
have.
It's all rough.
I used to have dark hair like yours. It was as black as
And
yours.
you know your hair is
Mhm.
good because you don't have to do your hair. You don't have to do anything with your hair.
Oh, you don't have to wash your
You're
hair.
exactly
you don't have
right.
to do anything with your hair because you don't have any hair.
That's right.
That's
I don't even have a comb. I don't even have a brush.
I really can't hear him.
What do you think about robot soldiers? Do you think we should have robot soldiers?
Oh, Lord, don't say soldiers. Do you like robots?
Do you like robots?
What are robots?
Do you like robots?
What robots are those?
You know
look
what
like?
robots are. You remember when we were at Great Wolf Lodge?
Mhm.
Did you like those robots
I'm very.
in the lobby? Remember?
Yeah, it was kind of a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I was.
You ran around and screamed and ran away from them a lot.
I was just
I do.
a little bit nervous.
You're nervous of them?
Mhm.
I think you have a good idea, though, that maybe if we do have robot soldiers, they should also have to do a song and dance.
I agree. I think they should be able to dance.
Are they tiny? No, they're not tiny.
We're very big.
They're big, yeah.
Are you gonna be in my room?
No, there's no robots are coming to our house
No.
except for our vacuum cleaner.
What? You said robots, so the robot.
Yeah, but I didn't say they're coming to our house. They're not coming to our house.
No, they don't leave the lodge up there. They stay at the Wolf
Where
Lodge.
are the robot soldiers gonna be?
Oh,
There's no Daddy's just doing we're playing make believe.
yeah, it's just a movie. Okay.
Okay.
I know I asked you to get dressed.
I think
but
I
you
want to watch Robot Soldiers.
You could show the movie Toy Soldiers.
Are they going to sing songs? Let me see if I can find a
Probably.
movie that has robot soldiers that also sing songs. I think I asked you to change clothes, but I think you just
Wall-E.
changed into different pajamas.
No, I didn't.
Oh, do you like Wall-E? Remember the movie Wall-E?
Mm-hmm. It is a robot.
It is a robot, but does he sing songs? He just kind of said, Eva.
Yeah, that's what he's always says. But then he sings too.
You know what? I think that tomorrow you should come to the show and explain a movie to us. So whatever show you watch today, I think you should come explain it to us tomorrow.
Well, what about I like the show? I already watched the show that I will talk about.
What is it?
So I talked about a robot show and I've watched it, but I'm very brave of it. It's called Wall-E, which is a robot, and I know that it sings too and it talks, which is that's what I learned
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know about the show. David, can you turn out? Because I definitely
Nope. We're not gonna. Oh, you know what? No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. All right, Deacon and I have to close our show out. We're grateful that you were our special guest this morning.
How about tomorrow I show up and tell you the rest of what
I think that's a good idea.
And sing
I
a
think
song.
it's a great idea.
And I'll tell you next time. We'll tell you the same thing.
Okay. All right, we'll hit the Disney thing tomorrow. Hit the Disney thing tomorrow. You know, Disney, especially because got a weather alert over there. All right. Especially since Disney looks like they're going to have to sell ABC. Nope, no more.
Is your show closed?
Not yet. This is me trying to do it right now.
All right.
Do you like jokes?
Yeah, I want to do some.
You want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
I got you one here. Here, I got you the
I'll
first
do
one.
it.
Oh no, wait a minute.
Okay.
I'll change the joke. Hang on.
Like I send you out because I don't think cannot see it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so small. I can see him better.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
JJ.
Yeah.
Your veterinarian won't tell you this, but if your dog Ruby is running a fever, go to the store and buy some mustard because that's the best thing for a hot dog.
Oh, okay. How about this? Where did the peg-legged pirate go for breakfast?
To
I don't know.
IHOP.
That's pretty good.
Uh,
Please don't push my desk.
Should I do one?
Yeah, you can do one. Okay, this is a good one.
this is the last one. Okay.
Here we go. You ready? Say, how does NASA organize a party?
How is it? I forgot again.
Let me try.
That's what I'm asking.
How do you organize a NASA party?
How do you organize a NASA party? How?
You plan it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our silly show. If you haven't already, please hit like and subscribe. Don't forget to go up and bleep the thing and join our Discord and come chat with us and post memes and other stuff like that. And we'll be back mañana.
I got it.
Yeah, he's got it. Casa mañana.